Hello everyone, welcome back to Hyperbole. I know it's Hyperbole, but Hyperbole makes it mine. Just got out of Captain America Civil War. 3D showing opening night. Turns out could have gone yesterday, but didn't do it. AVX 3D Cap Atmos. Yeah, these get crazy, but it is with the date, so I at least know it's today. Opening day for Civil War. I'm a huge Marvel fan. You've probably known this by now, with the Hyperboles for Ultron and Ant-Man and stuff. I am a huge Canadian nut. I'm wearing a Captain America shirt, for crying out loud here. I have the Cap Shield. You've seen that in the videos. I really like anything Canadian. The Canadian NHL teams, the Canadian baseball team. Team Canada. I'm a Canadian patriot of sorts. But why do I like Cap so much? He's the American one. I like the idea of it, and I also just really like the character. So seeing First Avenger was an awesome thing, finally, to see this character nailed in a way that isn't the goody-two-shoes Boy Scout, and yet is. He's idealistic. And yet he backs it up. He's not just all talk. Seeing this movie now, 15 Marvel movies in, might just be my favorite overall Marvel movie. I said that coming out of Ant-Man even. I said that after Iron Man 2. I've said that after Thor. They're all great, and that's the thing. It's an ongoing narrative that Marvel has to just continually go and make these things awesome. They build on each other. Can you get something out of it on its own? Absolutely. And yet at the same time, you will get so much more if you have seen the others. And it actually makes you want to see more. If you really liked Ant-Man in this, you'll be like, is he in any other ones? There's an Ant-Man movie? I'll go check it out. Okay? So that's the kind of thing that Marvel's really been nailing. No spoilers. I've actually had a discussion with friends about spoilers. As far as I'm concerned, if it's in a trailer, it's not a spoiler. Because the company's saying, hey, look, check this out. And yet they'll release clips on YouTube that I feel are spoilery. It's like, I don't want to know this stuff. Don't show me that. And yet in like a week or two, there'll be trailers including things in this, much like the Hulk versus Thor fight from the first Avengers movie. They didn't talk about that going in. So it was a shock to everyone and a great thing. This movie does that. This movie does a lot of things that the first Avengers did, better than the second Avengers did. And what I mean by that, and again, no spoilers, as far as I'm concerned, this movie makes Spider-Man just like the first Avengers movie makes Hulk, and yet does it so much better. He's in it more than you might think, and yet not. It makes sense what he is in this. The kid nails it. He's amazing in it. It's kind of ridiculous how good this is. And just seeing Marvel in the 6th theatrical appearance of Spider-Man, the 3rd overall attempt, nail it immediately. It's astonishing. It's amazing, or spectacular, web of. He's awesome. I won't even talk about who's not in it, or is in it, or because there was always teases, and I never believed anything until I go in. By the way, there is a mid-credit thing, and there is something at the very end. There absolutely is. This movie takes the political and intrigue of Winter Soldier, but also the superhero cosmicness of Avengers, and makes it all in one. As my friend said, it was Avengers Light, and yet isn't. It very much is the next Marvel movie where everything comes to a head. The opening scenes with the crazy action that's going on is great. The chase scenes that happen, you've seen bits of Black Panther running. That whole sequence is great. Black Panther also is amazing in this. He's super crazy good. On the note of him and Spider-Man, the fact that they're just kind of already those guys, like we don't do origins for them. Black Panther's running around. Spider-Man's swinging around. The fact that that's happening, it kind of goes overall with the whole story of the idea that this Superhuman Registration Act, or the Sokovia Accords as they call it here, they got to keep things in check. And like it's a guilt conscience thing from Stark, but also Tony, or Cap is like, no, just because something bad happens doesn't mean you give up. Like, it doesn't work that way. They do more good than bad. Sure, 10 kids might die, but they saved a city. Now, it wasn't at the expense of those 10 kids. That happened in the process of saving the city. If they didn't save the city, they'd all be dead. Right? That's Cap's argument. Like, It's not the break a few eggs argument entirely, but it's you try. Doesn't mean you're always going to succeed. And if you can live with that, there you go. He comes from World War II, which surprisingly is not actually mentioned in the whole ideas here. Like, I thought that would have come up a little more, honestly, but excuse me. Anyway, beyond that, we have these guys running around already there. So all these characters we know of, some are included, some aren't. There's a big thing here, and even the cosmic stuff as well. And yet there's two characters that are showing up in this movie for the first time, already active. The escalation is happening quicker than people can keep track of. That is unsaid, but it's an awesome thing. It goes along with the ideas of maybe we need to keep this in check, but also at the same time, how can we? So that's awesome. I was mentioning the chase sequence is awesome. The airport fight, that you're all running at each other. Holy crap, that's a good, feels like 20 minutes to a half hour, and it's not long either. It is amazingly good. It's on par with the Avengers' long fight when they're fighting with the aliens, the Chitauri. It's like that. It's incredible. I am just astonished by how good that was. And the rooftop fights, and the other fight you see in the one trailer where Steve and Bucky are fighting Iron Man. That whole thing is crazy awesome and good, and something I predicted back when Winter Soldier came out. There was something in that movie I went, that's going to be a problem later. And then Civil War was announced as the movie name, and I was like, and that's why. I knew it then. I knew it, and I was right. So, 10 out of 10. My favorite of the year. It has surpassed Deadpool and 10 Cloverfield Lane as my favorite movies. I can rewatch it over and over and over and over and over. It will hold up over and over and over and over and over. Of my favorites, when I think of them legitimately, Winter Soldier is amazingly good, but I don't know how rewatchable it is, considering I never have rewatched it. Guardians I saw 3 times and love it every time. Ant-Man is so goddamn rewatchable. I love that one. That's right up there with Iron Man, which is, again, amazingly rewatchable, in that the character is interesting before he gets the powers. So you're invested immediately with him on that. So there's that element of it. Avengers 1 is rewatchable, but like in chunks. But Avengers 2 has better chunks to rewatch, but overall isn't as rewatchable. Iron Man 2 and 3 I have not rewatched since they came out. Thor, excuse me, I've seen again. The Dark World I've seen again. They don't grab me as much. And Incredible Hulk I've only watched once. I watched for the show, actually, and that's about it. Now, though, I could rewatch this thing right now. I could go pay for it again and be happy to watch it again. And do that again 3 times tomorrow. But I'm not going to do that tomorrow. Tomorrow is Free Comic Day. So by the time you're watching this, it probably is tomorrow, Saturday, May 7th. It is Free Comic Book Day. I'm going to be at Hill City Comics in Thunder Bay, Ontario, Court Street. You can also go to Comics Plus. I won't be there, but they do it too. It is nationwide. Go to your comic store. If they have the big Free Comic Book Day logo, go to it. You will get free comic books. There is charity involved with the one at Hill City. It's for a good cause, the Harbor Youth Services. And there's going to be guys in Stormtrooper outfits, 501st representation type stuff. It's going to be awesome. There's going to be costumes and that. I'm going to be there with my GPC camera, recording stuff, and having fun. It's going to be a long-ass day. But this movie, my God, go see it. Now, the spoilers, I'm not going to tell anything about it. But if you can manage to go before some of the spoilers come out, I recommend it. Because some of the stuff is like, oh, that's awesome. I'm glad I didn't know. There's one thing I knew about, bummed out from a toy announcement. It would have been so much better if I hadn't known. So there is that. At the same time, we're still awesome anyway. So there's that too. Go see the movie. Infinity War is in good hands with the Russo brothers. I can't even fathom they're doing Thanos, my favorite character. Oh, it's going to be amazing. This thing's going to make $250 million. I'm holding to that number. It's a lofty, lofty goal, but I'm holding to that, and we're going to see how close it comes. That will be a record, by the way, surpassing 239 from Star Wars. I'm going to have to break the board out again just to see what we get and how far this thing can go. So, thanks again. I am very proud to get through this without comparing it once to Batman vs. Superman. All I will say is this movie proved that you can go from serious, epic craziness to humor, and it's not jarring. It actually works, and levity, and doesn't just grind you down like the DC ones do. There is an amazing, epic, dark bit, followed by a new scene immediately after where it says, and a pinch of paprika. It's funny as all hell. And that's the beauty of it. It's a comic book. So, check the movie out, by all means. I'll see you next time. Next one's probably not going to be till X-Men Apocalypse for one of these Hyperboles. And yes, I know it's hyperbole. Hyperbole makes it mine. I'll say it again. That's it. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.